This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy to see if you could save when you bundle your home and auto policies. Try it at progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Hey everybody out there in the digital frontier, living on the cyber-physical boundary. Some call it the figital space, that space where the human condition meets technological capabilities. Welcome to the Digital Cowboy Roundup, where we explore that space together. A lot of friction on social media is focused on whether there is or is not an AI bubble. We don't need a shouting match about whether there is an AI bubble or not. We don't need the somnambulant out there burying their heads in the sand. We don't need folks barking at hominin attacks from behind their social media account because they don't like what they see or hear. What we do need is to successfully adapt to technology at pace and scale, because without that we may well see yet another AI winter, bubble or not. And that puts at risk our ability to evolve AI to achieve human plus AI collaboration. I posted a couple of blogs about how we continue to see the growing divide between the digital leaders, those 10 to 20% of companies that succeed with emerging tech, and the digital laggards, those 20 to 30% of companies who kind of sit out until the tech is past emerging, past maturing, and well into the sustaining stage. Between the digital leaders and the digital laggards are the 40 to 60% of companies who try to adopt the tech, but for decades continue to confidently fail. Those are the digital strugglers. Check out my blog posts or LinkedIn articles that are included in this episode's description for links. As I call in the posts, the Digital Strugglers group has jumped into emerging to maturing technology with relatively high adoption rates, but struggle mightily to actually adapt the technology to deliver value. There are lots of reasons, and many of them are the same for pretty much every tech for decades. With the pace of AI adoption increasing, the struggles are continuing as well. The digital leader's success clearly indicates that it's possible to succeed with the current generation of AI. The digital strugglers, the 40-60% of companies adopting AI but struggling to adapt to it, indicate there's belief in the tech. Now, there is a reason to believe that a market adjustment might take place over the next 18 months. The numbers scream for it. But that doesn't mean the tech goes away. The big players have already sunk their heels in, and there's enough value to continue. There is, however, a ton of confusion by the digital strugglers on how to proceed. If they don't get it right, we'll continue to see avoidable wrecks. Now, your car drives where you steer it. If you look at the curb, you hit the curb. Motorsports drivers are taught that to clear a corner efficiently and safely, you look past the turn. The faster you drive, the faster that corner comes up, and if you're not prepared and do it incorrectly, you crash. As the big tech AI providers continue to evolve AI, it seems that they are staring directly at the curb, not around the corner. Human and AI collaboration, I'll call it collaborative AI as opposed to transactional AI, is the next phase of AI evolution. That's what's right around the corner. It's where high-value capabilities have existed for a broader set of enterprise use cases for decades. I'm talking about 2 to 3 times value beyond the transactional AI we have today. Collaborative AI is also where the greater positive impact for the human condition lives. Because of the current mindset around AI, all the energy, investment, and intellect is being sunk into centralized data centers and optimizing command-response interactions, not collaborative AI. Researchers from Johns Hopkins University performed a systemic study and found the current AI is focused on 7 specific interaction patterns, and all of them are transactional. We want collaborative AI, but the tech providers keep incrementally driving us toward more and more transactional AI. Some of the struggles companies have with adapting new technologies is that they stare at the curb by mismatching their business needs and organizational readiness to the technology's capabilities. The current generation of transactional AI is no different. It's not a silver bullet. Currently, companies are just driving where the big tech providers are telling them to look, faster than they can adapt. I posted an article on LinkedIn and to my website identifying 10 enterprise use cases that can deliver 2 to 3 times value with collaborative AI. Many of these use cases have been advanced over the last 10 years using smart connected solutions, but the smart part is still transactional, so we've left out a lot of value, very important value, at the curb. In order to access that additional value, we need to look around the corner by shifting our focus from transactional AI to collaborative AI. And we need companies to be ready to adapt it. That leads us to the question, how do we move closer to achieving collaborative AI? What we need is a reframe to align desired outcomes and the organizational readiness to the technology's capabilities. what's available now and those capabilities that are yet to come. In fact, we need a progressive reframe to get from where we are with AI today to help correct the issues the digital strugglers are having. Otherwise, those digital strugglers, the 40-60% of companies, will not make the progression to collaborative AI. With a reframe, it will enable those companies to navigate the corner effectively to a path leading to high-value collaborative AI. With all the investment and energy focused on transactional AI over the last 10 to 15 years, we've left a lot of work undone. So even the digital leaders are going to need this reframe as well. Based on expert observations and research, there are 5 critical success factors needed before continuing the evolution to collaborative AI. The first critical success factor is that value capture must be holistically defined and tracked. There's a lot of confusion out there in the gap between the value promised versus what is actually achieved. This is not really a tech problem. We need to address the actual versus promised value gap explicitly. The second critical success factor is that measurement must precede scaling. You can't improve what you don't measure. The next is that we need first-order principles of governance, validation, and safety built into AI. This is non-negotiable. Post hoc approaches will continue to fail. The fourth critical success factor is architecture overtraining. We need to build systems that can't fail, not systems that are trained to try to succeed. The fifth critical success factor is that human authority must be preserved. Architecturally guaranteed, not just functionally available. Without these adjustments, we're heading towards the same 70-90% failure rate that we've seen in digital transformation. But the stakes are higher because AI is evolving faster than cloud ever did. This is a pretty meaty topic, so I'll be posting articles outlining this reframe in more detail. For now, I'll just lay down the basics. The reframe for collaborative AI has 3 key areas that we need to address. First, we need to shift value creation from strictly transactional to collaborative. Second, we need to address the gaps that exist in areas like authority, sustainability, and safety. And third, we need to actually deliver the necessary AI capabilities and manage the outcomes. So that first key area of the reframe is to shift value creation from strictly transactional to collaborative. That makes sense, right? By shifting our vision from the value achieved by transactional AI to that created by collaborative AI, we reframe our strategy and look around the corner. Some of the steps in this part of the reframe include establishing a strategic AI investment discipline, defining collaborative AI use cases, and comprehensive collaborative AI task allocation frameworks. The second key area of the reframe is to address the gaps that exist in areas like authority, safety, and sustainability. This is something that pops up in social media from time to time when people run into issues with their AI tools. This area of focus is important to transactional AI to be sure, but it's absolutely critical for collaborative AI. With transactional AI, guardrails around the transactions can be enough. With collaborative AI, it needs to be all the time, everywhere. Trust needs to be reciprocated between collaborators in real time, or friction develops, forming combative and tractable mindsets. Steps in this key area include architecting for safety as a first-order principle versus post hoc as second-order functionality. Also creating human-AI collaboration measurement frameworks, redesigning work environments for human-AI symbiosis, preparing the workforce for transformation at scale, and implementing continuous skill measurement and development. The third key area of the reframe is to actually deliver the necessary capabilities and manage outcomes. Just to be clear, that's a two-parter. Deliver capabilities and manage outcomes. Not deploy and then watch or measure KPIs, but actively manage outcomes. This means there's significant planning and preparation involved. Some of the key steps here include establishing ethical AI deployment with measurable outcomes, build multi-agent collaborative systems, not monolithic AI, and deploy high-performance verification systems. Like I said, this is a pretty meaty subject, so I'll be having more in-depth details in my articles to come. Make sure to follow, like, and subscribe so you don't miss out. Well, that's it for this Thanksgiving week episode. I hope everybody has a great time with your family and friends. And remember, be pivotal.
This holiday, unwrap the magic of Goldbelly with America's most iconic food gifts shipped free nationwide. Send unforgettable treats like Ina Garten's coconut cake, Lottery macarons, and even Joe's stone crab from Miami. Plus, make family time even more special with an award-winning dinner like Peter Luger's legendary steaks shipped anywhere by Goldbelly. So if you want this year to be one for the record books, check out goldbelly.com and use promo code GIFT for 20% off your first order.
Marketing is hard. But I'll tell you a little secret. It doesn't have to be. Let me point something out. You're listening to a podcast right now, and it's great. You love the host. You seek it out and download it. You listen to it while driving, working out, cooking, even going to the bathroom. Podcasts are a pretty close companion. And this is a podcast ad. Did I get your attention? You can reach great listeners like yourself with podcast advertising from Libsyn Ads. Choose from hundreds of top podcasts offering host endorsements, or run a pre-produced ad like this one across thousands of shows to reach your target audience in their favorite podcasts with Libsyn Ads. Go to libsynads.com, that's Libsyn, ads.com today.